Morning.
So we're starting our vlog walking today.
And it feels great. Feel like I've been in a cave for days, even though I love the cave.
It's nice to get out of the cave.
It's just nice to have some light, some fresh air, and I mean, it's a bit tricky because with weather sometimes, but you can always dress up for the weather.
Yeah, I think it's still pretty cold today. It's good to be out.
I think it's good. I can't believe you're cold.
I'm freezing. Probably wearing 3 layers.
3 layers.
On my legs and up here. And I'm still cold. But
we watched the Camino.
Yeah.
The other day, and
the documentary.
It brought me right back to just walking and being outside and connected to just a completely different vibe. But especially with everything that's going on.
Yeah.
Well,
this is part of, coming out to this is part of we're trying to do something physical, right? Every day?
This is true.
Which is nice. I think making that a priority brought us out today.
Yes.
Right? So it doesn't have to be a walk.
Okay.
Today it's a walk.
Go down there.
What do you call that? When you have to break through something? Your fear because you're shy because you're holding a phone while you walk?
The littlest thing like that. Meanwhile, probably no one is even wondering or what. And even if they were, it's just it's a thought.
Yeah, that's true.
But we get so...
Do you want to go this way?
Sure. We get almost so paralyzed in
well, I
in
guess
that
you
judgment,
you
in
don't
that
want to stick out, right? You don't want to, there's a fine line between wanting to do something new and different and then just sticking out, like carrying a selfie stick in the park. But it's good. I think it's really good to do something like this because it's not that bad.
This is your challenge for the day.
My challenge for the day. Because even that couple that just walked by, they didn't really care.
Bat an eyelash.
Yeah.
Do they say that everywhere else?
What?
Bat an eyelash. Do you say that in Ontario? Have you
Probably bat an eye.
bat an eye.
Yeah. Bat an eyelash? Now I'm confused about what it is. So we just finished our walk, and now we're in the car, and we're headed out to do some errands. How did you enjoy the walk?
Fantastic. Loved it. Missed doing it. It's been a while because it's been really rainy and windy.
It's pretty windy today, though.
It was still windy today, but it's just gotta get out.
Yeah. And once we started walking between, in the park,
yeah,
not on the outside of it, it wasn't too bad. The wind wasn't too bad. But it was a good start to the day.
It's a good start, and it's just how your mind can just come in and convince you to not do stuff, to not go out, to not get up, and it's always the same, right? It's just once you start and you just break through, and that it's that monkey mind, some people call it.
The monkey mind.
Monkey mind.
We talked about that yesterday.
So
is this something that you want to do every day?
Yes, actually. Something happened when I went on the Camino, and I guess when you're all you're doing for I don't know how many days, you're just walking.
Yeah.
That it kind of builds, I guess it's like when you kind of build a habit, the more you kind of repeat it, rinse and repeat, something happens, and it almost kind of gets wired into your system. And so I remember when I came back, it's just I couldn't actually not walk. It was weird. It's just my legs just kept wanting to keep moving.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, I just think it's I think we need to be doing some kind of movement.
Physical activity. I
Physical
agree.
movement every day.
I even would take that a step further and say we need to be outside every day.
I
Honestly,
completely agree, because you need to play, especially the times that we're in. You know, I think you need to kind of be outside, get some fresh air. You know, more and more and more. And I know what we've been on, like laptops and phones, and everything is kind of moving in that direction. And you
kind
almost
of
need
forget.
to consciously choose.
Exactly. You kind of forget that there's a world outside,
Yeah.
that something else exists.
And now that we can't travel,
We can do this kind of small version
I
of
traveled
travel.
to another room in the house.
And that was pretty exciting.
So that was actually, it was quite refreshing.
Yeah, it was.
So it's funny how you quickly adapt
Yeah.
as you need.
Acclimatize.
Yeah. So it was good. I was watching all of like the refractions of light through the prism flashing all over the walls. It was
That was
quite-
beautiful.
It was quite nice. So that was my travel experience.
That was very economical traveling.
So, yeah.
All right, well, that's the update for right now, and we will update you all again. Okay. All right, so we just finished doing some errands, and I thought we'd leave our masks on for this part because this is truly how we look after going out. How do you feel wearing a mask, Mary B?
I'm getting used to it, actually. I mean, it's part of the new normal,
I agree.
part of the change, so...
Felt awkward at first. So, how was your experience shopping today?
Well, I mean, there's a lot more people out. That was probably the most people I've seen out
Yeah,
and about,
since
which
this
is
whole thing.
interesting.
Yeah.
And, yeah, I mean, there's... You can see people kind of following the social distancing for sure, right? But I think that experience, I mean, they're all very different, but that one was actually pretty pleasant, I thought.
I agree.
And maybe it's the weather as well, kind of.
And maybe it's that like people have had time to adjust to this new normal,
Yeah.
whereas before everything
Until
was
the
changing.
next adjustment.
Until the what?
Until the next adjustment.
Until the next one, and then we'll have to do all this over again.
Now
But,
it's good.
Yeah,
I mean,
and people were pretty pleasant. Like,
people were pretty pleasant, so...
Yeah. It was a good experience overall. We
Yeah.
got everything we needed, and now we're headed home. And we won't leave again to go grocery shopping for a while, hopefully.
We'll just go outdoors and...
Yeah, we'll just like for walks and stuff.
Yeah.
But
It's spring and there's no snow, which is really cool because usually this time of year we still
There's a lot
have
of
snow
yeah,
on the ground. So it's,
I couldn't believe that the snow that was there was actually going to melt.
yeah,
It seemed
Snowmageddon came
impossible.
and
Yeah.
Snowmageddon went fast.
Yeah, so overall that was a good experience today.
Yes.
And
It's always
so-
good when there's sun.
It's always good, that's true. When there's sun. Sun makes everything better. I'm gonna ask you what our word of the day is.
Ooh, what's the word of the day today?
Make it something good.
Make it something good. Start.
Start. Okay, that's a good one.
Start. Yeah, like, what things are you not starting? What things haven't you started? What things have you started that you actually have celebrated? Because sometimes just starting something is the hardest part. And if we never start, we never kind of get to experience.
True.
And we hold ourselves back. Simply sometimes by just not starting, right? So,
And that's
yeah,
a good word for today because today we started our walk.
we
Walking.
started.
Our daily ritual of walks.
Yes.
Of walking. So that's a good word for today. So yeah, start. Start is the word of the day. Probably the word of the week.
Start and the pressure will be off. That is actually a yogic
Yogi budget.
sutra. So yeah, and it works.
It does.
Start and the pressure will be off.